You ever been so down bad while looking for a job? The job market got you like so messed up. You're like, yo, screw it. I'm going fast food. I'm applying to Burger King. It happened to me. But let's take it back. Back in 2023, I graduated college. And man, I had a hard time looking for a job. Or I had a hard time getting the jobs. I'll get the interview, but for some reason it wouldn't work out. And I remember after a really bad job interview, story for another time, I'm at Burger King. I'm just eating a Whopper. And like, I'm talking to the workers, the crew members. And I'm like, I just say like, yo, what I gotta do to get a job here? And the girl at the register is like, nah, you're not serious. And I was like, for real, look, I'm dressed for it right now. Let's go. So boom. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go get the shift manager. And I'm gonna have you talk to her. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because like, more context. Man, just had a bad job interview. It just flopped. And 2 weeks before, I got in a car accident, lose my car. I was door dashing an Instacart to like get some money coming in so I can like, maintain my car, do the insurance and all that, and just live. But car gone, can't make no bread. So like, I'm really down bad for a job. And I just got done eating a Whopper and shit. So boom, the shift manager, she comes in and she's like, oh yeah, I heard you looking for a job. She was like this short Hispanic woman. And she was like, all right, okay. I don't got no time to like schedule no interviews, but I'm gonna give you this like paper application to fill out. Fill this one out so I can give it to our assistant manager so she can look at it. But you can also apply online just in case if anything happens. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I take it, fill it out. It was a basic thing. But one thing I noticed is like education level. For some reason, it stopped like at bachelor's, I think. Not bachelor's, like high school. And the online one didn't have no like limit on it. So I was like, all right, screw it. Filled it out. I gave it to the person in the front. She's like, all right, I'm gonna give it to the shift manager. Yep. I get a call about 2 weeks later because I'm thinking, they forgot about me. They're like, oh no, we didn't forget about you. We sent you an email, and it was like in my spam, and I was like, all right, bet. So I scheduled an interview literally for the next day, like the next morning. So I walk in, and I'm in interview mode. Just came out of college. I just bombed a couple of like corporate interviews, and I'm like, all right, I need some bread. Screw it. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna go in a full suit. I'm gonna just like take the blazer off and wear everything else. So I pull up, looking decent, and it was a pretty chill interview. But one thing I noticed was that I was interviewed with the assistant manager of the restaurant, and the manager or the person that like operated the restaurant. Assistant manager sits down, the one I talked to before, and she's saying good morning. How's my trip? I was like, yeah, had to take the bus. Had a little situation with my car, but I live like down the road. She's like, oh, that's good because we're gonna ask you about like your availability and transportation. I was like, yeah, that's no worries. So I noticed that like the restaurant manager, she was looking at my resume, like the paper I filled out, and like, oh no, bro. I just knew like the sign was pretty bad because she looked at my like resume and she hesitated and she gave me like a weird look, and like she shook her head just like a little bit, and I pretended not to see it. And she got up and was just like, oh, I gotta go take care of something. I'm like, oh crap. But I'm like, nah, bro, just stick it out. You better like kill this interview. So, all right, boom. She's asking me like my availability. I already like answered the transportation question. And she just said, okay, we know you don't have a car, but you came here half an hour early. If you keep that up, if you get selected, we can work with that. Now, what's your availability? I was like, hey, I can only work this. I only can't work Saturdays, and that's it. Everything else is fair game. She's like, all right, bet, we need that. I was like, all right, cool. So what else? And she said, okay, why do you want to work at Burger King? I'm not gonna lie, I was down bad. I needed bread. So I'm like, yo, I had siblings that worked in fast food. They had great experience doing it, like working with people, like working on their teamwork skills. And I just like being in a team environment. Like, those like BS, like corporate answers, like people just love hearing. And I was like, yo, to be honest, I think the Whopper's way better than the Big Mac. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care. I did not care. If I had to like fluff my answer up just to get this job and like hold something down until I find like a job I can really do, I of course I wasn't going to tell them that. But I'm like, I just need a job in the in-between. Yo, all right. So the interview's going well. Like, she's feeding off of like she's feeding off of my vibe that's like, all right, this guy can work here. He's cool. But in the back of my head, I'm like, why did the person that operates the restaurant, the one that actually like makes a decision, looked at my my application, looked at my resume, and just walked off? And I was like, nah. I was just ignoring that feeling. So she's like, okay, we had a great time. We had a good time speaking, but I'm gonna respect your time. We only had time for about half an hour, and since you applied online, we're gonna contact you via email. And if not email, just check your voicemail, just in case if like anything like that happened in the past. So they're just like, hey, you like the interview? We're gonna let you know our final decision within a week. If you don't hear us through email or phone call, we will leave a voicemail just in case. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I walk away and I'm like, man, I'm hungry. So I was like, all right, I just ordered like a Chicken Little, like BK, like Burger King's version of it, like a McChicken. So I ordered one of those like little small fries. I had the app. I was broke. Killed it though. So I'm at the bus stop and I just couldn't shake that feeling like, yo, I don't know, bro. Like I had like that feeling from the higher, like not the higher manager, like the restaurant manager. I was like, Then I'm like, bro, you killed the interview. You got retail experience. You've been to college, but that should count for something. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna get something. All right. So about a week later, man, I didn't even get an email or a freaking phone call, no voicemail. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know what, man? I just charged the game. I'm still applying for jobs. I'm still like, just like looking for work. And like, all right, I had another job interview in the area, and actually they ended up like not passing me the next round. So I flop another job interview, and I'm hungry in the same area, and I'm like, all right, screw it, I'll go back to the same Burger King. And lo and behold, I run into like the same exact people I did like 2 weeks before. And I'm like, hey, she's like, hey, how you doing? And just business as usual. She didn't bring up like the interview or nothing like that. She probably forgot, to be real. But while I was ordering my food, I see the shift manager, the person I was in charge of the shift. She saw me and she's like, hey, can I talk to you? So she went like behind, right in front, right from the back. And she was like, I'm sitting down. She's like, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you noticed, but like the restaurant manager, the lady that runs like the restaurant, she just, I'm not going to say she was not impressed, but like she thought you weren't a good fit. And she really wasn't like, when she saw you, she was just like, he's just a little too like much for this interview. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, no, I said the same thing. Like, you really want this job? Like, you really here? And I was like, wait, so I didn't get it. She's like, nah, I can't even lie to you. I don't know, like, if they contacted you, did they? I was like, nah, bro, they like, as soon as your assistant manager is just like, all right, gave me the don't call us, we'll call you, we'll email you. I was just like, yeah, man, got charged in the game. She's like, yeah, be like that, man. Like, cause I know you look like you're looking for work, and like you honestly, if it was up to me, you would probably be running this restaurant because these people are like really unorganized. And I'm like, I get it, that's every job, but I just need the bread. She's just like, okay, all right, I'm gonna be real with you. The reason you did not get this job, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. I remember one night I was closing, and our regional manager comes in and the restaurant manager comes in, and he was talking about how he saw an email he's getting like emails and applications from people coming out of college, people getting laid off their jobs, and he's just like, nah, we don't need those kind of people because they're gonna work here, waste our time, waste our training, and doing all that. Like, why are we gonna waste our time training someone that's gonna find something new? Like, who comes into McDonald's wearing a full suit with like shiny shoes trying to get a job? And I'm like, they really said that? She's like, yeah. But like, she's like, okay, be real, right? Would you really want to like make your career at a Burger King? I was like, nah, I gotta be real. She's like, all right, nah, like, just think about it. Like me, like the girl told me straight, was like, yo, me, I have 3 kids. Even like my boyfriend, he works here and he works at KFC. And like, we only graduated high school, but we got a family and we got to do whatever we got to do to like get by. He's like, do you got kids? I'm like, nah. He's like, but you went to college, right? I'm like, yeah. All right. So you don't got kids. And she's like, do you have a girl? I'm like, nah. She's like, okay, so you don't have a girl, you don't have kids. Like, I don't know your situation, but like, don't be too pressed about not getting a job like this. And I just said, yo, you know what? Yeah, you're right. All right, so can I get the Whopper meal? And she started laughing. They're like, yeah, but learning from that experience, I was just like, man, you can't get everything you want out of life the way you want it. And because I've been there, I've been unemployed so many times and like looking for a job, being rejected and doing all that. And getting that freaking email. Sorry, unfortunately, you haven't made it to the next round. Sorry. Unfortunately, once I see unfortunately in an email, I get freaking triggered. I triggered. Man, I want to say this. After I got my Whopper meal and I'm walking out to the bus stop to go home, I got another interview in my email because the recruiter hit me up. Thank you for watching. Keep applying and keep going. Don't give up on yourself and don't give up on the world because the world is for your taking. This was the first episode of Interviews from Hell. Yes, I applied to Burger King and they ghosted me. It would be like that. Also, thank you for the support in the last video. You guys are the real ones. All the people that commented, even though you called me old, or you said how old you were, I appreciate that support. Well, until next time, I'm Brandon from Let's Talk Montego. Have a nice day on purpose.